Hello, everyone. Tyler Ford here, Tucson, Arizona with eXp Realty, and welcome to this week's live update in terms of inventory levels here in Tucson, Arizona. And each and every month, I like to dive in and do a live just to update people on what's going on with the Tucson housing market. And in my opinion, inventory levels are the leading indicator, supply and demand economics 101. And I keep a close eye on inventory as to what's going on here in the Tucson market. So if you've got any questions or comments, you can always comment and towards the end, answer any questions. But what I'm going to do is first a little bit of news. I'm going to share my screen. A little bit of news. I mean, one thing right now that's pulling at the housing market that could actually put the brakes on is interest rates. Interest rates have ticked up about a point and a half. And let me share my screen here. Let's see here. So yeah, interest rates since the lows of about August, interest rates have ticked up about a percentage of 1.5% since the lows of August, which could and is starting to, in my opinion, put the brakes on the housing market. And then we've got all other sorts of things, inflation, gas prices, as everybody knows. So there's a lot of different things. And I've always been saying, in my opinion, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. At some point, this market will slow down. And that's one of the reasons why I like to look at the inventory levels, just because I do feel that they are the leading indicator. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to jump into the MLS and we're going to look real time what the active listings are here in Tucson. And then I'm going to jump over to an Excel spreadsheet. We're going to plug those in, which is going to give you a visual as to what is going on here in the Tucson housing market. So I'm going to share my screen. And right now I am logged into the MLS. And we're going to look at active listings here in Tucson in the MLS. And so right now I've got active, I've got Tucson, and for single family homes listed in the MLS right here, all of Tucson, there's 533 active listings in the MLS for single family homes. So now we're on manufactured homes. There's a total of only 48 active manufactured homes listed in the Tucson MLS. And so now I've just clicked on condos. There's 41 condos actively listed in the MLS. Townhomes, 37 active townhomes listed in the MLS. And then lastly, mobile homes. There's a total of 12 mobile homes listed in the MLS. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up an Excel spreadsheet here and we're going to plug in some numbers and this will give you a good visual as to what is going on. So single family homes, we had 533. Manufactured homes, we had 48. Condos, 41. And townhomes, there were 12. So the last time I did this live, I've been keeping track of this since July, August of last year. I started to feel that the market was slowly starting to change. One of the things that I said is, when the cooler weather hits and the winter visitors come back, what is that going to do to inventory levels? And inventory levels started to go down again. So what we're seeing now as the snowboards are going away and things start to heat up here in Tucson in terms of temperatures, typically inventory levels do start to rise. And if you look at this from the last time I did this, the total inventory levels are still really, really low. And the total active listings in the MLS is 622, which is up 40 listings from the last time that I did this. And in a normal market, a healthy supply and demand, in my opinion, is about 2,500 to maybe 3,500 active listings. And pre-COVID, we were already well below those levels. Pre-COVID, we were at about 1,800, maybe 1,700 active listings. Then COVID hit and accelerated things. And if you go over here and look at the chart, you can get a good visual as to when I first started tracking this. Inventory levels were starting to tick up. I started to feel it. And let me move this over. So inventory levels were starting to tick up. And then as temperatures cooled off and the winter visitors came back, inventory levels dramatically went down. And the next thing I want to look at and show you is more of a bigger picture. So right now in the MLS, I've got all of Tucson. But if you go over to Zillow and you let's see here, and you type in just Tucson, you can get a better feeling for Tucson and the surrounding areas. And if you look right here, so Tucson and the surrounding areas, all active listings are 1586. So that's Tucson and then the surrounding areas. And then the 394, those are for sale by owner. And if we jump back over to the spreadsheet here and we plug in those numbers, so for all listings in the MLS, Tucson and the surrounding areas, 1586. And so other 394. So here you can see inventory levels. And again, leading indicator to me, we've increased in the last month total inventory, whether it's listed in the MLS or for sale by owner, has increased 1,175 active listings. So inventory levels are slowly starting to go up. And again, it's the leading indicator and something to keep an eye on in terms of where we're at in this market. And in terms of average sales prices, as inventory levels have gone down, it's putting upward pressure on prices. And year over year, we're well over in double digits, 22, 23% appreciation. But the Tucson housing market came out and the median sales price in the MLS was 371,570. And then if you look at the chart here, you can get a good idea in terms of what things have done. This is just in the last 6 months. We've almost gone up and close to $75,000 in terms of the median sales price here in Tucson, actually year over year. So big jump. And again, in my opinion, at some point, there will be a catalyst and things are slowly starting to change. So something to keep an eye on. And one of the things that you can do each and every month, let me share my screen again. Each and every month, I do on my website, Tucson Homes and Lots. Each and every month, TAR puts out the monthly report, and I like to dive into it and dissect some of the numbers and give you an idea of what's going on. So if you want to do a deeper dive, there's some really good data. You can go to Tucson Homes and Lots, and then if you click on here, right here, the Tucson Monthly Market Update, it's going to take you over to the update that I do each and every month. And if you scroll to the very bottom of this and click on this link right here, it's going to take you over to the actual report that TAR puts out. And it's a really good report, a lot of really, really good information. So if you're one that wants to dive deeper into the numbers, you can always head on over to my website and take a look at that. So we're definitely still in a seller's market. Inventory levels are still low, but again, as interest rates go up, and as inflation has increased and the inflation number is as high as it's ever been, it looks to me as things are slowly starting to change. Inventory levels are ticking up. So something to keep an eye on. And another thing to consider is that if you use us to buy or sell, let me get this up right here. So we've got a free 16-foot box moving truck. So if you use us to buy or sell a home, you're more than welcome to use our moving truck. So that's about it. I like to keep it short and sweet, and I'm going to wrap it up here. If there's any questions or comments, you can go ahead and comment below. But I don't see any. So in the meantime, make it a great day, and I'll be back next month with this weekly update. And also, I'll have probably in the second week is when the numbers come out for the April Tucson housing market report. And you can head on over to Tucson Homes and Lots and check that out. So I appreciate you watching. In the meantime, make it a great day.